Hi Mindy, thanks so much for the trust and energy you're bringing to this next stage in Reiki. I'm down at the lake. It's a wet, rainy day. I'll just show you how I use the symbols. By this time, you've already got the email, so I hope you can see this clearly. Basically, you'd start the session as usual. Invoking whatever powers and the prayer you normally would. And now you might just want to feel your hands and see if now after the attunement you notice any difference in the amount of energy you're channeling. As with the first one, it's the same analogy with the cleaning of the pipe. So you'll probably notice over the next 3 weeks that the energy comes through like that, getting very strong and then weaker again and stronger. And as with the first attunement, depending on how much you use, that energy will be intensified and come to a point of settling out after the first 3 weeks. So just be aware of how you feel the energy. Quality-wise, quantity-wise. And now we'll do chakra, and this generally for me, as I put in the email, is the one I really feel has the most tangible effect on the level of energy, and not necessarily qualitatively, but on a completely quantitative level that it kind of expands, but you may or may not experience that now. So as a technique, I would take 2 fingers like that. It would be 3 or 1, it doesn't really matter, but and I actually draw the symbol on the palm of my hand, so it's like that. Chakra, 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 and invoke the name each time that the spiral crosses the middle line. Okay, so you go across and then down, and then you're going here, and so that line that you've drawn there, that first line, that line, as you come back and cross it, you invoke chakra, 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 chakra. And then you imagine that's like one of those kind of cutters, the shapes you use if you're making shapes for biscuits or something, a star shape or something like that. It's just there on the surface now. So with the Reiki energy, with the key, you gently pushing that into the dough of your hand to connect with the inner energy. that's the image. And then I would say again, chakra, push a little harder, chakra, chakra. It's all very gentle. And then once that's connected to the inner, the symbol of bringing it out is chakra, chakra, chakra. All the while focused here, your energy and tension focused here. And then the same on the other palm. Chakra, 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 chakra as you put it in, and chakra, chakra, chakra as you pull it out. And then we come back and wow, okay. It's so tangible, that's why I laughed. The first time I used it after the attunement, I just laughed. Because I think I told you that I didn't believe that these symbols and all this thing looked too much like, you know, magic, like witchcraft to me, but which I didn't believe in. And when it worked, it was like, huh? And come on, this is not my mind, is it? Well, whether it is or not, my perception changed, and I guess that's what matters. So now I experientially have more energy to play with. I just saw something flying around. Never mind. So that's chakra. As I put in the email, when you use these symbols, although they have distinct, separate uses, we're still not at a stage where we can know what the person needs. Do they need more power? Do they need a mental healing? Do they need healing something in the past, the future? So we use them all together. And we're just invoking different flavors of the energy to make a nice little blend. So it's a sandwich. You start with chakra and you finish with chakra. And what chakra does, it empowers everything, because as I put in the email, it's drawing all dispersed energies into the here, center, and the now. And that's it. That's the key, right? The here and now. It's just putting that into an action, a word, and a thought into one, and then it's integrated, and that empowers the rest of the session. Okay, the other so-called power that it has is to protect on a very physical level. So if I want to protect my car against accident, I might do chakra and put it in and pull it out from the front and the back and the side. It's like energetic airbags or something on the outside, you might say. It's that kind of energy that lucky charms are made from, the types you buy in shrines or at churches to protect. And if it's a real, spiritually evolved priest or teacher that does that, there is actually an energy increase, and you can muscle test or ring test about that. And I often do it with phones for people. As they hold your phone, you muscle test them. They go weak because of the signal is obviously not really good for us. They go weak. Then I put reiki into it, chakra, all the symbols, put it into it, pull it out of it, try again, and they test strong. Okay, you can even do it by turning the button, turning on, they go weak. You turn off, and they go strong. Anyway, it's a nice little thing to play with. So you start with chakra, and the next one is seiheki. And as I explained, in my experience, it's really like a key to unlocking this, where all the problems are manifested. I mean, this is what's manifesting problems. Just this little globe here is creating every problem that we see. So it's like a key. Often when I do Reiki, I mean 95% of clients lie down and you go, oh, and you're doing the first part of the healing, that bit, and it's like, oh, there's a brick wall around there, and people put that up because there's so much input nowadays, I guess, that we need to have a barrier here to shut out all this input coming into the third eye, otherwise we'll go crazy. So there's a big barrier, and that barrier also stops us actually seeing the reality. So they're all two-edged swords. As soon as you go into that protection on the normal level means also attack. That's Course in Miracles stuff. So the first job, intention, I goes to remove that, to allow the healing on that physical level to come in. And now it's not so much an intention, but it's just part of the session. The symbol is already there. Or I would actually draw the symbol. And at times I'll actually, and you can do this, and you should do this in the beginning, is draw all three, and it's chakra, seiheki, honshaze, shonin, and then chakra again, on each chakra as you do the session. As they become more and more part of you, you might find you don't need to do that unless you really find there's a block or there's something there calling you, saying, hey, this needs healing right here or wherever it is. Then you might just use these as tools. And as always, remember, they're just tools. They have no innate meaning or power. It's your empowering them with your faith, with your intention, with your acknowledgement. So seiheki, as I wrote, you'll see it's divided into syllables. se I he ki. So it's 4 parts. It's that bit se, it's that bit I, one bump he, and the other bump ki. Se I he ki. And same again. Se he ki, se he ki, se he ki, and se he ki, se he ki, se he ki. Se he ki, 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 se he ki. And although I don't feel much change, I feel no change in my hands as I invoke the mantra, the name. I literally envisage a barrier here between the subconscious and conscious mind just collapsing, and I can now access all the universal mind, and the left and side, and suddenly I really feel an expanded awareness. And as I put in the email, I trust that as we are one, the client, so-called client, and myself, as we are one and as we are unified in the Reiki form, that what I feel on a higher plane, they also simultaneously must feel that, as we tend to vibrate to the higher level and not to the lower level. And I literally feel that block that I originally felt just go, just disintegrate, and the energy, it's like a magnet repelling, suddenly is just dispersed, and it's okay. So that's Seiheki. And then as I told you in the email, Honshaze Shonen, which to me is the key of this attunement of the level 2. The level 3 and the master have other things, other symbols and teachings that kind of take it deeper, but this is also just, it's an essence of Reiki. So again, Honshaze Shonen, 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 Honshaze Shonin, Honshaze Shonin, Honshaze Shonin. And finally Chokure again. Chokure, 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 to seal and protect all the symbols into one nice little capsule. Chokure, 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 Chokure. And you'll probably be feeling that the energy qualitatively and quantitatively has changed a lot. If not now, eventually you will. Usually within the first 3 weeks. Okay, so this seems a very clumsy and time-consuming thing to do every time. So that's where we switch our consciousness. What is time? We're so time goal orientated. In this time we have to do this much. It doesn't pertain to healing. We're dealing with the infinite realm. This is a practice of, hey, slow down, honor it. You know, what makes the Japanese tea ceremony and all these things we take time with to do is the fact is that we can slow down. If it's an hour session, it's an hour whether we rush or whether we take it easy. And the idea is to bring relaxation and peace. So why rush? The more slowly, the more honor, the more art we can bring into this, the more beautiful it becomes. And when you're really in that, when you get into the zone of doing that, your presence, because you must be present to do it in that manner, your presence invokes the power and changes the whole atmosphere in the room. And that's what begins the healing. It's a whole, we're creating a dimension, and that's a very important part of the Reiki form, the tradition. So don't think of it as a chore, and you want to get over and done with, which is the normal way of definitely the Western mind. The goal-orientated mind. We want to get there fast. Everything's fast nowadays. But this is a movement back to the slow. Give it time, and you've got time. That's the whole teaching here. It's not about time. It's how we spend each moment. Okay, so that's it. That's basically the way I use it, and when we practice distant healing, it's simply a matter of getting something. It can be your phone, you put it there, okay, is something you can see. Okay, this bottle, that's it, and I'm going to send Mindy Reiki. Okay, so you imagine there's something there. The first thing is to intend. This thing is now a proxy for Mindy. Okay, with the attunement, I made the intent that Arts Girl was a proxy for Mindy in Toronto, da 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 da. So, as much information as you need to invoke the image and connection between you and the other person. For someone we know well like you, it took nothing because you're so much here with us that saying your name brings all that to mind. Someone you don't know, you might write their name, you might have the business card, you might have their phone number or photo in your device. You might have some personal belonging, anything just to focus on. Okay, and then you just do a Reiki session as you normally would, or an attunement for that matter, on the proxy. So you do your symbols, you do your symbols on the proxy, and then you just give Reiki to it. When I do paid distant healings, I do 30 minutes of clock through dimensional time. I make a sacred space. I go through all the same stuff as I would in a normal healing, as if the client had come to my house. That just gets me in the zone for it, and you know, they're paying, they deserve to have that on this plane. You know, I could just as well and have done it, oh, I've got to do that now, I'm running late, and stop the car and done it on the side of the road, and I've had still people pay when they have no need to. Often, I'd often get that while I was driving for some reason, get some stomachache was a common complaint she used to have, and really acute pain, where she literally couldn't move, just maybe enough to make the call and say, Jeff, send me Reiki, and I'd be driving and my hands would be on the steering wheel and I would be doing Reiki. I have all in my mind what I'm doing, and it's all done on that level, and she would get instant, pretty much instant, a few minutes, she'd call back and say, well, I'm fine. So, and it doesn't matter, again, the order. I could not do it and then do it later, and she would still find that out. Although whenever I said I'd do it, I did it. When I had my eye operated on some years ago, people sent me Reiki after the event. People sent it before because I was going under the knife at a time when people were working, and I said to them, they were all masters and level 3 people, I said, look, it doesn't matter when you do it, I'll get it. If you intend that it gets me at that hospital at that time, I'll get it at that time, whether you send it in the past or in the future. It's weird, okay, we can't really talk about that, but it literally, in my experience, that's it. And that as I went into depth in the email, that's the whole teaching. Is slowly, as we get that experience, it becomes not just a concept of no time and space, not just quantum physics as a science, but as your own reality. And that's where things start to change. Okay, any questions, let me know. Bless you, we love you. And congratulations. Thank you. See ya.